Hey everyone, if you remember, we've already covered the first two parts of the most talked about upcoming films, but honestly, I kept the most interesting ones exactly for this final episode, because these movies, they really caught my attention in a special way. Today, I'll show you 6 more projects that are already getting a lot of buzz, but still feel mysterious even for movie fans. And trust me, some of these films might become the new favorites of 2025 or 2026. And as always, I'll speak simply what personally attracted me, what looks promising, and what might raise a few questions. I hope you're ready, because this is the third and final part of our big movie selection. And watch the video until the end, because I saved the most interesting parts for last. All right, let's go. The story picks up 5 years after the comet strike. The world is decimated, cities are gone, and survivors must face a new frozen wasteland. The Garrity family, who managed to survive in a bunker, have to leave safety behind and embark on a desperate search for a new home. This sequel doesn't promise just big explosions. It promises cold, fear, and a spark of hope. Cold, because the environment now is harsh and unforgiving. Fear, because the future is unpredictable and every step outside the bunker could be dangerous. Hope, because the core of the story remains human. People trying to survive, to rebuild, to keep their humanity. What I like the most is that Greenland 2 seems more about people after disaster than about disaster itself. It's not just a roller coaster of action, but a story about what happens when survival becomes routine. Dilemmas, fear, love, and decisions that feel real. There's a big risk, though. Sequels of disaster movies often rely too much on spectacle and forget about heart. If this one doesn't balance the chaos with the humanity, it could end up hollow. But if the filmmakers stay on track, Greenland 2 might become a powerful post-apocalyptic drama, gritty, emotional, and meaningful. I'm waiting for it with cautious hope. I want to see if the Garritys can find not just shelter, but a real home, and I want that ending to earn its hope. Hamnet is a historical drama that prefers to speak quietly rather than shout. The story follows a family coping with the death of a young child and shows how this loss changes their sense of life. Although the plot takes place centuries ago, the emotions feel painfully modern: grief, guilt, fear, and the attempt to keep going. The atmosphere is calm and sometimes almost silent, but that silence becomes the film's emotional weight. What I really liked is that the movie doesn't use dramatic tricks. It focuses on small, personal moments instead. The actors give very subtle performances, especially in scenes where they don't say anything, just breathe and think. Yes, some viewers might feel the pacing is slow, but honestly, this topic cannot be rushed. Another thing I appreciated: the film refuses to romanticize history. There's dampness, darkness, and everyday struggle, rather than polished costumes and bright palaces. Visually, it feels intimate with dim candlelight and narrow rooms. Honestly, Hamnet may not be a movie for everyone, but if you're into quiet, deep human stories, this one can definitely touch something inside. Return to Silent Hill is one of those films where you instantly understand. It's not here to entertain you, it's here to crawl inside your head and rearrange the furniture. The story follows a man returning to the cursed town in search of the woman he loves. And as always in Silent Hill, love quickly transforms into a psychological battlefield. The fog isn't just weather. It's every memory you tried to bury coming right back at you. The strongest part of the film is the atmosphere. It doesn't scream, it presses slowly, like a hand on your shoulder when no one's behind you. The characters feel real and exhausted rather than superheroic, which makes everything more believable. The monsters are frightening not because of their shapes, but because of what they represent. Honestly, you could show this movie to a psychologist, and they'd probably start taking notes. Of course, the film might feel slow for some. Silent Hill has never been about fast action. It's thick, heavy, like a nightmare that refuses to end. But that's exactly the charm. It pulls you in rather than pushes excitement at you. Personally, I love that this movie seems to be returning to the real essence of Silent Hill. More psychology, less flashy action, more emotion than spectacle. It's not a film you watch to relax, it's a film you watch to feel that familiar, icy shiver inside. "28 years later, the Bone Temple continues the infected world storyline, but with a colder, heavier tone. The plot returns to Britain, now split into small survival groups, living almost like ancient tribes. The characters search for a mysterious Bone Temple, a place rumored to hold secrets about the virus. Their journey mixes survival, psychological tension, and eerie folklore that suddenly feels too realistic. The atmosphere is raw and unsettling, with danger in every quiet moment. The mystery behind the temple keeps the story intriguing. Is it hope or just another trap? I like that the film doesn't rush into action, but focuses on dread and uncertainty. The pacing builds tension instead of cheap jump scares. The downside is that viewers wanting non-stop action may find it slower than expected. Fans of the franchise, however, will appreciate the darker world building. Overall, it's a film about fear that doesn't fade, even after decades, and about people searching for meaning in a world that barely remembers what hope is. Mortal Kombat 2 picks up after the first film and raises the stakes significantly. This time, the conflict is no longer personal. It's about the fate of entire realms. The story once again focuses on the clash between Earthrealm and Outworld, but now the tournament feels unavoidable. Familiar fighters return, but they're no longer training. They're fighting for survival. The sequel seems to lean much harder into the tournament structure, which many fans missed before. From the trailers, the fights look more brutal, faster, and closer to the spirit of the games. Visually, the film feels more confident. Arenas, costumes, and special moves finally look fully realized. The plot stays simple and direct, and that actually works in its favor. One of the film's strengths is its fan service, which now feels more deliberate and less forced. The main weakness may still be dialogue and character depth, but let's be honest, that's not why people watch Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2 looks like a sequel that understands its audience. I'm expecting a loud, violent, and straightforward action film, and that's exactly what it should be. The next chapter keeps playing the same game the franchise is known for. The story once again revolves around a new series of murders tied to the past and characters who know horror rules too well. The movie doesn't try to reinvent the genre. Instead, it tests how long the formula can still hold. The real mystery isn't who will die, but who's behind the mask this time. The film mixes self-irony, violence and genre commentary, sometimes hitting the mark, sometimes missing it. Its biggest strength is pacing. It moves fast and rarely drags. Some scenes build tension honestly without cheap tricks. At the same time, a few moments clearly feel recycled. The new characters try to feel grounded, though not all of them stand out. Familiar elements still trigger nostalgia, just not as strongly as before. For longtime fans, it's recognizable and comfortable chaos. For newcomers, it's simply a solid slasher without surprises. For me, Scream 7 is neither a failure nor a major event, just a careful continuation that knows its limits. So that wraps up part 3 of this series. We've talked about some of the most anticipated upcoming movies. Now I really want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments which movie you're most excited about and why. Maybe there's a film you would remove from this list completely. Feel free to share your thoughts. If you enjoy this calm, straightforward style of movie talk, don't forget to like the video.
And make sure to subscribe to the channel because more movie picks, reviews, and new parts are coming very soon. Thanks for watching till the end. See you in the next video.